Dad, look at that purple flower. Wait, it doesn't look purple anymore. Huh, how strange. Well, look at that red one instead. Isn't it? No, wait. What's going on? The colors, they're
disappearing. How very odd. In fact, it's very, very odd. I've never seen anything like this in my entire life. It's like the entire visible portion of the electromagnetic spectrum has just disappeared.
You want to translate that, Dad?
Well, darling, the colors we see are yet another function of the electromagnetic spectrum. If you want to be precise about it, the wavelengths of the light that we see as color range from 380 to 750 nanometers, and thus are a step up in energy from infrared radiation. All of these wavelengths, regardless of energy, are contained in white light and in sunlight.
So, if all the colors are in light, why do some things look green and other things look yellow?
The color we see is actually the color that is reflected from that object. If a white light hits a leaf, then all the non-green wavelengths of that light are absorbed, and only green wavelengths are reflected back so we can see them.
Wait, do you mean different colors have different wavelengths?
But of course. Blue and violet have wavelengths from 380 to 495 nanometers, while reds and oranges have wavelengths from 590 to 750 nanometers. All the other colors are found in between.
Father, I had no idea, but that still doesn't explain why all the wavelengths seem to be disappearing.
I am Bob, the big black blob. I want your color, and I am going to take it. I am black. Rawr.
Holy smokes, it's some kind of black color-sucking blob.
Of course it's black. Black absorbs all colors, and apparently that is exactly where this Bob the big black blob is doing. He must be stopped. The world would be so much less happy without all those wonderful scarlets, chartreuses, and aquamarines.
I'll do it, Dad. I've absorbed enough energy, I think. Hey, you!
Me?
Yes, you! It's really not that nice to steal everybody's color. I suggest you return it.
I don't want to. I am Bob, the big black Bob, and I am stealing color, your color. So there.
Not so there, you blobby bully, you. I am Photon Phoebe, and I will use the power of light to defeat you. Wait, I can't just tune in to the radiation that's already there. Bob has already stolen it. Maybe I can use the energy I've taken in and actually send it out as a color. If he's like the balloon he looks like, if he gets too full, he'll pop, and the color will return. Concentrate and emit, Phoebe. Concentrate and emit.
Stop that. There is too much. Ow.
Good work, Phoebe!
Thanks, Dad. Oh, Dad, I love the new suit you got me. It's so silver and pretty.
That's the idea, my dear. Just make sure not to outshine all the other girls.
Dad, do the other kids look a little tomato-ish to you?
Indeed they do. That's rather alarming, in fact, especially considering how pained they look as they try to move towards shade. Some of them seem not even to be moving. They're in so much pain. Not a happy state of affairs at all.
How could they be so sunburned? It's barely 10 o'clock.
There seems to be an excess amount of radiation with wavelengths between 10 and 400 nanometers. In other words, ultraviolet or UV radiation. This radiation has even more energy than visible light. In fact, it's so strong that it can break the chemical bonds found within substances. It is this distribution in skin cells that causes a sunburn. Usually, the ozone layer high above us in the atmosphere filters out the majority of this type of radiation, but there seems to be an extraordinarily high level of it today.
Whatever could be interfering with the function of the ozone? I know there's an ozone hole caused by air pollution that's over the South Pole, but why would there be one in Spectraville?
A new factory just opened up right outside of Spectraville. Perhaps the pollution it is emitting is some sort of super pollution that's eating away the atmosphere at a highly increased rate.
I'll go check it out, Dad. A pretty nifty after all.
Whoa.
Little girl, why are you here?
This is no place for a little girl. Go back to wherever you came from.
I am not a little girl. I am a superhero, and I'm here to find out if the U&V Incorporated factory that just opened has anything to do with the excessive amount of UV radiation in Spectraville.
So, someone has discovered our little plan. I am you.
Who, me?
No, you. I am you. And this is V, my brother. Together we are revenging ourselves on Spectraville. No.
They made fun of our delicate complexions. Our mother always told us they were very attractive.
But all the little kids stared and giggled. So now we make them feel the pain of pale skin as they fly like eggs.
We have created a compound we released into the air above Spectraville from the very tall towers of our newest factory. It dissolves the ozone and lets lots of UV through. And now you and V are very happy too.
That's awful. You two must be stopped.
How will you do that, little girl?
I am Photon Phoebe, and I will use the power of light to defeat you. I will absorb all the UV radiation until my father, he's a brilliant scientist, you know, manages to manufacture more ozone. In fact, I'm gonna start right now. Concentrate and absorb, Phoebe. Concentrate and absorb.
And she did. U&V left Spectraville in disgrace. Phoebe's father restored the ozone by the end of the afternoon, and the children of Spectraville were able to reschedule their semi-quasi, maybe only sometimes annual pool party for some other time.
Dad, there's something I've been meaning to talk to you about.
What is it, dear?
Well, Dad, I've been having these strange feelings lately.
Does it have anything to do with outer space?
How did you know?
Phoebe, ever since your photonic power started erupting, I've known this day would come. You've been moving up the electromagnetic spectrum from low to high energy. It makes sense that you would ultimately end up being drawn to gamma radiation.
Huh?
Gamma radiation is the most energetic form of electromagnetic radiation. In fact, it is so energetic that there's no defined lower limit for the wavelengths of gamma radiation. These very powerful waves can be used to treat some kinds of cancer, and to even change the composition and identity of semi-precious stones. It is also used in astronomy.
How?
Celestial bodies emit cosmic radiation, much of it as gamma rays. Information can then be gleaned from this information.
But how does this all relate to me, Dad?
Phoebe, you are a very special girl, and it makes sense to me that as your sensitivity to different form of radiation tends more and more towards the more energetic, you will seek that out, and so it is off into the universe for you. I have even built you your very own silver spaceship so that you can go as soon as you like, and experience the wonder that is out there.
Dad, I was so afraid you wouldn't understand. And I'll come back and visit, I promise. I love you, Papa.
I love you too, Phoebe.
And so, Phoebe set off into the wilds of the universe, absorbing radiation and challenging villains wherever she went. She eventually even found her way back to Photonica, but that's a story for another day. Da-da-na-na-na-na-na, the end. She got cancer.